Hi, this is Miss Rusa, and we are going to be learning about the main idea and supporting details today. So today I have with me Yusra and Zainab. And can anybody tell me, what do you think when I say, what is the main idea? Before we start, before we go on, I just want to tell you, because this is a virtual meeting, I am going to mute you all. And when you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask me a question. You know, you can just call out, Mr. Russo, please stop. I have a question. It's completely fine. And I will be randomly calling out your names. And when we have a read aloud or a question, you are going to unmute yourself and you're going to answer the question or be part of a discussion. So you guys want to say hi?
Sure.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Yusra.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so what are we learning about today? What did I say earlier? What are we learning about today?
The main idea and topic.
Topic. I did not say topic. What was the second one? Main idea. Good job. But what was the second part? Do you want me to repeat myself?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so today we're going to be learning about the main idea and supporting details. So I want you to take a minute and think about what I mean by when I say main idea. What does it relate to? Do you know why we need the main idea? What do we use it for? What kind of questions or ideas or thoughts come into your mind when I say main idea? Anybody want to answer? Okay, so basically when we speak about the main idea, we are elaborating on the topic of a passage. The main idea is important to know when we're reading a text, like a passage, a paragraph, or a book even, you know. So the main idea gives you a perspective on what the entire text is going to be about. It's going to make it easier for you, you know. Once you get the main idea, you can have your own, you know, you can think about what the text is going to be about. Sorry, I am going to mute all. And in that way, you get to understand what the text is about. So today, what we're going to do as a group, I am going to share my screen and we are going to work on locating the main idea. And then I will explain what supporting details are. And then we will work on that. So please let me know if you see my screen. Do you see my screen?
I do.
You do? Which
I do
one
too.
is that? No. Okay. So we are identifying the main idea. What does it mean to identify the main idea? Anybody want to answer? So when we're identifying the main idea in a passage, we're actually, you know, we're trying to find it. We're trying to locate it in a passage. So that's really important because things can be anywhere, right? But the main idea has a specific place in the passage. It could be in the first line or the sentence, or it could be anywhere in the paragraph, or more likely the last sentence, but mostly it's the first sentence or the second sentence. So now that we know how we identify the main idea, we will work on that. So anybody want to read for me the first two lines? Zainab or Yusra, which one? So I'm going to mute you both. Tell me, anybody want to read?
I want to.
Is that Yusra or Zainab?
Yusra.
Yusra. Okay, Yusra, go ahead. Can you read the first two lines for me? Can you read the title for me first? The title is really important. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. The title is really important. Why do you think the title is important?
Because that's
It gives you the topic. You said it before when I asked you, what do you think about what the main idea is? And you said a really nice word, and that was topic. So what is a topic? Do you know what the topic is?
it's like the what was that called again?
You're trying. I see you are trying.
So like the topic is like what the story is like
About. So
about.
so it's the W's, right? So you can say what, why, but the topic, you can say it is the what of the 5 W's, right? What is something about? Who is it about? So these two are really important words. So in the title, when you read the title for me, can you answer what the topic do you think is from reading the title?
Like
What do you think this passage is about?
it's about like the wonders of the water.
Okay, so wonders of what?
Water.
Water. So the what is water. So that's the topic. Now we're going to read the passage. You can start off reading the first two lines, and then I'm going to mute you and you're going to read it on your own. And once you've done that, I'm going to give you 5 minutes only. Okay. And you're going to read it on your own. And then do you have a pen or a pencil or a paper? And you're going to write what you think the main idea is from the passage. So
Okay, so do I have to read like this whole passage?
you have to read the whole passage.
Oh.
And then you're going to write on your paper what you think the main idea is.
Okay.
All right, so you can read it out loud, or do you want me to read it out loud and we can figure it out together if you're not able to do it yourself? So.
Okay, I'll read.
You'll read. Okay, go ahead, read.
The wonders of the water. Water plays an important part in our lives and in our environment. It covers nearly 3/4 of the Earth's surface. It is fun to play in, but it is also needed for life. In fact, we cannot survive without water to drink. People also need water to wash, cook, and grow food. Every living thing needs water. Without plants and trees without it, plants and trees would not grow.
Okay, so we're going to stop right here. Okay, what do you think is the main idea? Zainab, do you have a clue what the main idea could be in the passage?
I think the main idea is to respect the water.
Okay, that's good. Respect the water. That's good. That's a good word. You put it in your own words. That's really nice. But can you point it from the passage? You're good. You understand the topic. The topic is water, and we should respect the water. But why?
Because the water brings the life to everything.
Right. So right now, I know you don't have this passage in front of you, but you can write down, otherwise I would have done the activity with the red and the blue, and you would just color the main idea. But maybe you can write this down in your notebook. Water plays an important role in our lives and in our environment. And that would be our main idea. And we will move on. to find the supporting details now. Okay, so what are the supporting details or key details? Now that we have our main idea, what do you think that the key details could be?
Um, I think the key details mean that
What do they help you do? What are key details? Why are they important?
I
So when I say key details, just keep it in your mind when I say key, right? You need your keys to open the door, right? Without your keys, you can't get into your house. So when you're reading a book or a passage, you understand the main idea, but you don't know why it's the main idea. Why is the author willing to talk about this, you know? So you need your key details to unlock why the author is choosing to talk about this. Like water, we can talk about water in any way. We drink water, we love water, you know, but why do you love this? You know, in order to understand why something is important or why the author is talking about this, we have to unlock the key details. So the key details in the passage are important to understand the main idea when you are reading. So when you are writing, the key details are important to, you know, put together the main idea. So we will go on. So we did the key details. So I had a fun activity for supporting details, and it's this web. So the first activity that we are doing is basically we're writing down or underlining the main idea and the supporting details so we can go back to that activity. And now that we've known that water plays an important role in our lives and in our environment, to unlock the details, we can read the entire passage, and then you will have to pick 2 to 3 details that you think is unlocking the main idea of the author's mind, or you know what his why he wants to talk about it. So you know, I will read it and you will listen carefully, and in your notebook you can write down the first 3 words of the sentence so that it doesn't take much time, and you can tell me that this is what you thought was the important detail. Okay, so
okay.
I'm going to read it and you guys will follow along. Water plays an important role in our lives and in our environment. All right. It covers nearly 3/4 of the Earth's surface. It is fun to play in, but is also needed for life. In fact, we cannot survive without water to drink. People also need water to wash and grow food. Okay, so until now that we've read, do you think any of these sentences could be the key details?
I think the key details mean that to what is it called again? To never waste water and always respect the water.
Correct, but we're looking for the key details. So you are saying that water is important. That's what the author is saying. Now we need to understand why he is saying that, you know, why he's making that claim. You know, when you come up with an idea, you're making a claim about something. So he is saying that water plays an important part in our lives and in our environment. But we need to understand why he says that. So, do you think any of the sentences that we have read could be a key detail to support his main idea?
I think his main idea is to,
The main idea we have done. So, the main idea is water plays an important part in our lives. So, I have this chart basically, and when we start writing in this chart, it goes like this. So I have it drawn out. So the first box here is the main idea, and this is the supporting details. So when you do this for homework, you know, you will have this drawn out, and then before you go into underlining or highlighting your main idea and your supporting details, at the same time, you're going to fill this out. So when we say water plays an important role, that's our main idea. So I'm going to write water plays. So that gives me short words, keywords, but you're going to write the entire sentence down. So this gives me keywords that this is the main idea. So now I think that the supporting detail up until the article we have read is we cannot survive without water to drink. You know, so it plays an important part in our lives because we need water to drink. If we don't have water, we can't survive. So that's important, right?
Uh, I think that's water is important to all the animals that live underwater, because if they don't have the water, maybe they can die.
They can die, right? So you were ahead of my reading, which is good, which is really good. So that's another point that you have. So you see, we're moving on fast, and we have two key details. One is for human beings, that we need water to drink. You know, it's really hot outside, right? So when you don't have, when you come home from a hot weather and you don't have water to drink, what happens?
Then you can't. Then you don't know what other way you can get cold.
Hydrated, right? So you know, it's really hot. You guys want to go to the beach, right? You guys want to play in the pool. And if you don't have water, what's going to be in the pool? Nothing. So it's really important. So when we think that this sentence is important, we will go ahead, and I have my highlighter, and I will go ahead and I will go ahead and I will highlight it. So I have it highlighted, okay? And another one that Yusra said is that animals can't survive without water because they live in water. And what else is in our environment?
There's also plants.
Plants, correct. That's good. So where does the author mention the plants? Well, what would happen if there was no water for the plants? What would happen?
They could die. They could die.
They could die as well. They need water to grow. Okay, so you know, with plants, that also includes our crops that we eat, our fruits and vegetables, you know. So if there's no water to, you know, that we need to give them to fertilize them, we're not gonna have any crops or vegetables or fruits. And that's it. The passage continues to, up in the Earth's atmosphere, water vapor cools and collects into clouds. When enough clusters of cloud particles stick together, they tumble back down to Earth as rain, snow, hail, or sleet. Without water, what would this mean? There would be no rain, no snow.
No.
Yeah, so we won't have any rain or snow. So if we see the sun all the time
And
we don't have any water to drink, that's no good.
And you, like, if there's no water, you have no food. Like you have, like you only have like a little bit food left, because like if the most of the food grows from plants, so
Right.
most of our fruits and vegetables grow from plants. But like if you want to boil something, you won't be able to boil it.
Yeah, that's right. We can't make pasta. We can't have boiled eggs, you know, in the winter. So that's a lot of loss without water. So you see, the author is right about that. He says water is really important. So I think he's right. So without water, the water cycle would not work, and we would not have precipitation on Earth. Did you know that most of the world's population does not have access to clean water? What do you think this is? It's a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we used our thinking tools, we imagined and we visualized that without water, what our life would be, you know. And now he's suddenly saying that most of the people on the planet don't have access. Access means when you just don't have something, you know. So he's saying that most of the people on the planet do not have access to clean water. That's a problem. I think that's a problem because we have our own problems when we imagine that, you know, what would it be like without water? That's the problem. We are very lucky to live in a country where clean water is available for us to drink. It is up to us to be responsible users of the water we have on earth. So far we had we got three supporting details. So when we highlight our main idea and supporting details, sorry if you cannot see this, I apologize. Okay, so we highlighted our main idea and we highlighted our supporting details. What we're going to do is we're going to fill out this web that comes at the bottom of the page. And then you get a clear idea of what the author was talking about and why he's talking about this, you know. So what does the author use to elaborate on his main idea, to back up his main idea? What do you look for in the passage?
What did you just say again? Can you repeat that?
So what does the author provide in the passage? Like what is in the passage that supports his main idea? I said the key word again. So I said two words that can answer your question. Answer my question, sorry.
So
So we just looked at two things in the article in this passage. So what are the two things that we looked at in this passage?
that water is important for life.
Let's leave what the passage is saying and let's look at let's look at what we were looking for in the passage. What was our task today? Can anybody tell me that? Why were we reading the passage? What was our activity?
To figure out the main idea.
Good. And then to figure out the main idea, what did we do afterwards? What does the main idea need?
Supporting details.
Supporting details. Very nice. So you see that I have this really nice picture. So Yusra mentioned that in the title, The Wonders of Water, there was a topic that the author was trying to tell us, right? So just from looking at the topic, the title, we found the topic of this whole passage. And the topic really helps with finding the main idea, because once we know what we're talking about, you know, we can understand that the author is trying to make a main point about this topic, right? So this is the web I was talking about that we will fill out. I also have it drawn out here. So once you've highlighted your key details and your main idea, you can simply write them down in this web, in this chart, and it creates like a really nice, you know, outline for you to follow when we have to summarize the text, when we have to, you know, put this text in our own words or basically shorten it. Because when we talk to our parents or we go out with our friends and we want to tell them about water, we can't read the entire passage to them, right? So what do you want to do? You want to shorten it. You want to summarize it. So this web helps you do that. Once you fill it out, you're going to use it and you will be able to say, you will be able to summarize what we just read instead of reading the entire thing out again. So here I have it written out for you. So basically summarizing the text would mean to put the text in your own words. And two things that will help you do that is the main idea and the key details. So this is how I've written it down. So water is important for human beings and the environment. That's our main idea. People use water for many reasons: to drink, wash, cook, and grow food. So that's for us. So now we're going to move on. So similarly, water is important to the environment for many reasons. Now we're talking about the environment, which includes our animals and our plants. They need to grow as well. So the plants need water. The sea life is made up of water, like Yusra said. So, if there was no water, then there would be no animals.
Miss Musa,
Yes?
I have like I know what life would be without water. What life without water, then the earth wouldn't be able to be like blue. It will just be like all green in outer space.
Yeah.
And then in everybody, and like whenever you draw the earth, then like you can put blue and it's going to be like all green, just green.
Just green. Well, you can't find green then either because the rain makes it green, right? If there's no water to feed the plants, then there
Excuse
won't be.
me?
Yes.
If there's no water in this whole earth, there wouldn't be any people or animals or plants living here, because everything needs water. Like all living things needs water.
Of
Water.
course. And our human body is made up of water mostly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important. So I have this answer sheet for you, and you see it told us to use a red crayon to underline the main idea. So that first line, the topic sentence was over main idea. It talks about the main idea, and then we have three key details, and then we take these three key details and then we put them in this chart. And when we put them in this chart, what does it help us do? It's going to help us summarize the entire text, because we don't want to go home and say, Mom, water is important, and then start reading the entire passage. We want to be really quick, because that will help you be interesting. And even when we're writing about something, when you go on to higher grades and you're going to do research, you will want to know that you will want to highlight the main idea and just pick out the supporting details. Some passages are really fun to read, and most of them can be really long and boring. So you want to be professional at finding the main idea and the key details so that you can summarize the text, put it in your own words, which will help you understand in your help you understand in reading, and help you become a better writer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on, you will have homework, and it's basically a similar activity but on a different. What is this? Is this talking about water?
No, it's talking about cavities.
Yes, that's a different. What is that? What is cavities?
Cavities are little black holes in our
No, but
teeth.
what is the cavities in this passage?
What do you mean by saying that?
Does Zanab know?
I think the cavities in this passage means that's
What is it? Is it
cavities.
the main idea? Is it a topic? Is it a topic, or is it a supporting detail? What is it? Zanab, you answer for me.
Is it a main idea?
No. Yusra, do you want to help her? What is in the title?
What is in the title? What did you just say?
Yeah, what is in the title? Is it a main idea, topic, or a supporting detail?
A topic.
It's a topic, Zanab. So in the title, you basically come to understand what is the topic of the entire passage. Once you understand the topic, it's easier for you to identify the main idea of the passage. Basically, the main idea is a topic sentence of what the author wants to talk about, what he wants you or she wants you to know from your reading, okay? So when you have your main idea in your head, or if you write it down, which is a great idea, and then when you read the entire passage, you come to know this is what he was talking about. And then when when you read something, if I read there are many ways you can protect your teeth from cavities, and I'm like, okay, what do I want to know next? You see? So what do we want to know about next? Why are they important, right? How many ways? What are the ways? You read the passage and you find those key details that explain what would be needed to support the main idea. So right now this author is just claiming there are many ways you can protect your teeth from cavities, but I want to know more. you know what are the ways? So this is going to be your independent activity, your homework, and what you're going to do is first you will highlight you will highlight the main idea, and then with a different color you're going to pick three important details, what you think is important, and then you will go and fill this chart. And then in your notebooks, on a clean sheet of paper, you're going to use your main idea and your three supporting details, and you will summarize the text. You will basically write a similar paragraph like this, but in your own words. It's like a summary, to shorten the passage, which will help in your reading skills, your writing, and most importantly, your communicating skills. Because when you learn something new in school, you really want to share it with your friends and your parents, right? So you want to have the skill of summarizing a text. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're all done for today.
Um,
If you have any
do we
questions,
have
we can
do we have
classify.
real homework? Do we have real homework?
Well, basically, hold on. I'm sorry. I need to. I don't know.
Like we're busy this whole day. We just have like this much time to do something.